MGM, ladies and gentlemen, also known as MGM Resorts. You know them as the big casino players that have resorts in Las Vegas, Detroit, Mississippi, Maryland, New Jersey, and you know Bellagio, Mandalay, and so forth. This is a stock if you guys are holding and you held it last week or even way back before this whole debacle. Well, not really debacle, but this explosion over Saturday, then you are looking at some pretty good news Monday. If you haven't bought into this stock, it is not too late Monday pre-market, but I'm going to go ahead and start the coverage right now here on Webull Gains. Okay, so far we have seen in the last 5 days, I'm also using Google's chart just for rough reference. We'll get into Webull in just a second, but we've seen MGM right now go from about $17.30 around June 1st, and in 6 days we've seen this go all the way up to a peak of 23, and it is currently sitting at $21.72 after pre-market hours. Now, with that said, we have had some aftermarket juice, and that is basically considering aftermarket hours. We did increase a little bit to $21.94. We sold off, and then this morning there was a massive spike up and obviously a pretty obvious and expected sell-off. Now, what does this mean, my fellow YouTube boy, for this coming Monday, which is the 8th as we know it? First and foremost, guys, this is a great indicator that we're going to see some rapid movement on the 8th. Whether it is a bigger sell-off and a rise, we can only expect a rise in some sort of fashion. And my predictions are that we are going to see a price back up to maybe 23, 24 Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. However, I'm going to be seeing a pattern of increased volume combined with a massive sell-off after each peak. So as long as we're seeing higher peaks and higher lows, then we basically can comfortably assume this is on a bullish trend. However, right now, as you see, if I go ahead and just tone this graph back, this is just a small dent of a bullish uptake. And what I'm meaning by this is, if you're holding calls right now through this week, you may have seen, okay, I'm not even logged in. That's such a, okay, one sec. All right. You must have seen, Friday was a pretty wild day. I saw this same contract up to $470. In the morning hours, MGM was soaring up, and then, there was an expected sell-off. Now, I had the choice to sell out this contract probably around that 400 mark, but I decided to stay for a couple of reasons. Okay, that's annoying me, but you know what? Screw it. But this in particular, in case you haven't seen my last video, it's the MGM 20 strike July 2nd call. We bought at $250, so we're up $31.50. There's potential for this exact same contract to be worth way higher opening on Monday because of what we've been seeing in the aftermarket hours, as well as some reports. If I go ahead and check the news for you, just some the latest news here. The openings were a great success. In fact, there was a lot of customers and just guests waiting to get in the casino. So far, it's been great, even with this beer bug pandemic. And basically, after June 4th, a lot of investors have been predicting that, casino resorts in general are going to be expecting an upward trend. And I do feel that's that way, and along with every sector, but of course you can never nail the time, right? It could be a very short increase to back to normality, or it could take years, right? A lot of people I've been seeing have been investing in airlines, and airlines are generally a great indicator of casinos, because if you know, when people travel to casinos in Las Vegas, oftentimes they don't live there, right? If I'm living in New York, I need to fly there. I need to get there somehow. So if the flight business and the airlines industry is not doing well, that isn't going to be good for casinos in terms of recovering to norms. Now, if you're just in it for increases, how I'm kind of, sitting in this position of MGM, I recently hopped on this last week. I'm trying to capitalize on this reopening boom. So if you're in it for, a relatively short term, just trying to capitalize on this boom, last week was a great week to get on it, and it still may not be too late Monday if this sells off, but my expectation, or what I want for me and current call holders, I want this stock to boom opening on Monday so I can sell this for a sizable profit. I've told you about wanting to get to 1.2k. I definitely think it's doable. We were at 1.2k with this contract up 200 in morning hours of Friday, so I do think that is going to be doable. Of course, the long-term goal right now is 1.5k, and then I'm gonna switch over to Robinhood to sell some cash-covered puts, because if you don't know, Webull right now, they only do selling puts and calls with a margin account, and I don't have enough money for the account right now. You need at least, I think, 2,000 or 2,500 to start a margin, and there's also a ton of risks with margin that I'm not ready to take at this point in time. But yeah, I just felt like making a quick video for you. In summary, if you're looking for a broken down version of this, look into MGM, Wynn, Penn, Las Vegas Sands, and see if you can buy low and either sell high with your stocks, or what I would suggest, go ahead and buy some calls that are in the money. And out of the money ones are risky right now, but if you can, go ahead and execute some calls, and then hopefully you can sell them for a sizable profit Monday or Tuesday. And yeah, with that said, guys, stay in touch with me, and I'm gonna make a video Monday to see what happened over the weekend and what my plays are going to be next week. Also expect the video coming out on my plays with Nicola, Inovio, Moderna. So if you guys are in it for that, stay tuned. I wish you all the best and have a great time trading on Monday, and do your research over the weekend. Peace out, boys. It's Webull Gains.